divas, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to replace a closure on a lace closure unit. Right now I'm showing you the difference in the length of the closure and the hair. It's clear that the hair is 30 inches and the closure might be 14 at the most. And it's a big difference. It does not blend. It will not look good. So I'm going to replace the closure. I'm going to start off with a cap that I use to make my lace closure wigs on, and I'm going to pin it down in the front and the back. Next, I'm going to take the 7x7 closure to replace it with. You're always going to replace it with the same size closure that you have. So whether it's a 5x5, 4x4, even if you're doing a frontal, this is the same technique that you would use, 13x4, 13x6. So I'm going to pin it down where I would normally pin down my closure as if I was making a wig. I like to use these caps because they're super lightweight and they're very thin versus the dome caps. I used to use the dome caps, but they stretch out over time and you can't, kind of like tighten them up. So yeah, this is the caps that we use right here. So now I'm going to take my needle and thread, the basic needle and thread that you would use for a sew-in, and I'm going to sew the closure down to the cap. Right here, I'm just giving you a close-up of how I'm stitching. I'm not doing any super, blanket stitch where like if you're doing a sewing or anything tight, I'm just doing a basic loop to loop. I'm going underneath the cap and the closure, connecting the two. That's it, basic, because I'm going to go back over it with my sewing machine. So I'm not really worried about how tight it is right now. I'm just making sure that it's down so I can proceed to replace the closure. So voila, it's all done. Super simple, just putting it on. I centered it, nothing major, and that's what we have. So now here comes the actually super annoying part. I actually bought this unit pre-made because I was interested in a vendor who contacted me and said that they had really good constructed lace closure units. So I was like, hey, let me just give it a try. And yeah, clearly no, because you gave me a 12 or 14 inch closure on a 30 inch, and I can never sell anything like that. So basically all you're gonna do is just cut it off, the 7x7 closure. Maybe I can use it somewhere else, or maybe not, because the hair was good hair. So but now we're gonna just replace it, and I'm basically just showing you that the rest of the wig is going to like go around the current closure that we have. See, it like fits like a puzzle. You're just gonna put it there, and then you're gonna go all the way around, and you're just gonna pin it around, and you're still going to hand sew it. Now I am showing you a beginner way to do this. If you are a professional or someone who's already good on the sewing machine, good with making wigs, you don't even have to do the hand sewing as far as like sewing the wig onto the new closure, like what I'm about to do. You don't have to do that. You can go straight to the sewing machine and start sewing it. But some people are not new, so this is a beginner channel, and I want people who want to learn new things. Or even if you're at home and you're like, okay, I got a 5x5 closure wig that I've been rocking for like a year, but the hair is fine, which is really good. It's how it usually happens. But you need a new closure. You done wore the closure out. You can do this at home. Get you a mannequin head, some T-pins, and some thread, and girl, connect it. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm literally like connecting it and I'm just gonna sew it. Even if you don't have a sewing machine to tighten it back up like I'm gonna do, just stitch it really, really tight and you're good to go. You can replace your closure, keep your wig. That's it. Pluck it and you back to go. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna sew it on down again with the thread. Again, I'm gonna go back over it with my sewing machine to just make sure that it's all tight or whatever. But this is the method. It's so easy. So you don't always have to throw away your lace closure units. It's crazy because I sell wigs, but I replace my closures. Like, what? If my hair can last me a year and a half to 2 years, yeah, sis, just replace the closure. Do some deep conditioning treatments. Of course, again, I also can replace mine because I don't wear my wigs to death. Like, I switch them a lot. But I will have like 3 or 4 wigs for the year, and they will last me because I don't wear them to death. And I don't flat iron them to death. And, you know, yada, yada, yada. I deep condition my wigs. I care for them. So, yeah. So right here, all I'm doing is just sewing it on. And as you can see, I'm actually doing bigger stitches, like wider, because I'm going to go back over with the sewing machine. You would want to do tight stitches or a blanket stitch method, which is a method you do for sewing like hair. So then there, that's it. So now that the unit is all done, replaced, you see it. Act like you see it now. No, I'm just playing. But it's done. It was quick, right? You can do this at home. So now you have this extra cap underneath it, but you're basically going to cut all this cap off. So I'm going to cut the bottom portion right there, and then I'm going to cut the top portion. So the cap is really used as a, like, I don't even know the word that I'm trying to say. It's basically used as a binder for the two. Because think about it. When you cut the closure off initially, it was just straight closure, right? And then you go straight to the cap. You don't want to replace it on top of the cap with the tracks because then you could have a bump. So I'm placing it flat on the closure and it makes everything like super flat. You get what I'm saying? Again, if you had, and that's also because I didn't have any extra cap connected to the bottom part of the closure in the beginning. Remember when I showed you, it was strictly tracks right there. Had it been a little bit of extra material from the cap before, you wouldn't have had to use the extra cap. Do you get what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. But also, again, that's more for pro people. But for beginner stage, just do this. Look at that. It don't even look like anything happened. Especially if this was a black cap, it would be like seamless. So again, I think I have a 22-inch closure on this 30-inch wig, which is the longest closure you can get. Longest length of a closure you can get is 22 inches. So now it matches better. Now I have a 30-inch wig that is correct. So I'm just going to pluck it and then style it. And that's it. A little water, a little, I like to use Care curl activator. And this is it, girl. This is it. Simple. Look how cute and look how pretty this is. Make sure you shop Evalyn Rose Hair Collection because it's the bomb. Trust me. I hope this was super easy and you were able to follow. Make sure you try this at home and please comment and let me know. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video, and I'm going to show you how I gluelessly install this unit. Bye.